You guys have been asking for it, man. And finally, I have delivered. Courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com, you can now own the official WWE Off The Script t-shirt. And to get yours today, all you got to do is simply go to www.ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript, and you now can represent the #1 fucking source for all WWE right here on YouTube.com. www.ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off The Script. And remember, hashtag fuck those other guys, man. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off The Script, episode number 72, part number 3, to round out your 4th of July weekend. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me right here for the #1 fucking source on YouTube.com for all WWE, man. Thank you so much. Hope you guys had a great weekend and a safe weekend. I worked all 4th of July, so I hope one of you out there had a nice cold beverage for JD. Before I get into the news, guys, quickly, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow JD all over social media. If you guys missed Off The Script this weekend, part 1 and part 2, linked down below in the description. If you guys missed my June 2015 Wrestle Crate unboxing, that is also linked down in the description. Please go and check that out. And as always, if you guys want to represent Off The Script, I now have official t-shirts courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com. Link to order your Off The Script t-shirt is also linked down below. It's www.ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off The Script. Thank you to those who have already purchased, and I hope you guys continue to support the show, man. Thank you so much. All right, now, let's get into it, guys. I got a lot of interesting information, and I know I've been doing the WWE 2K16 news and rumors separate from what I do here on Off The Script, but I want to show some love to Off The Script right here with some WWE 2K16 news, being that this is very, very big news concerning the video game release for October. Friday morning, WWE announced it would be airing a tribute special for the American Dream Dusty Rhodes following Monday Night Raw, July 6th on the WWE Network. One would have figured this would be the primary focus of promotion for this particular episode of Raw. However, that does not appear to be the case. As revealed in a tweet Friday afternoon by 2K Sports, it seems the cover of WWE 2K16 will be revealed on Monday Night Raw as well. The cover reveal for the newest WWE game has become a spectacle over the past several years. Perhaps the most notable one was for WWE 13 when John Laurinaitis, then general manager of Raw, hit the ring and announced he would be on the cover for the game, proclaiming it the era of people power. Much to his dismay, CM Punk, who is expected to make his UFC debut earlier next year, also got news on CM Punk in this episode, crashed the party. Punk then revealed himself as the cover athlete for the game. Major stars have graced the cover recently. Following Punk, The Rock ended up being the cover athlete for WWE 2K14. WWE would ultimately hold a fan contest where they could submit their own covers, with Daniel Bryan being selected as the winner. Last year's cover featured John Cena and was one of the first pieces of WWE merchandise to showcase the new WWE logo after the old scratch logo was done away with. Typically, WWE will reserve the cover for its big stars, making guys like Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins prime candidates for the newest installment of the game. This year's game will feature twice as many superstars as last year's edition, making it the largest roster ever produced for a WWE video game. The game will hit stores in the US October 27th before being available worldwide on October 30th. Big news, guys. Going to be a nice, interesting addition to Monday Night Raw for all of us to tune in to see who is on the cover. You can't make any mistake with either one of these guys mentioned in this report. Brock Lesnar, being that he had one of the most dominating years in WWE history, and he's probably the biggest star in the company right now. Roman Reigns, the pretty boy of the WWE. WWE would not hesitate to give their next big thing the cover for WWE 2K16, and Seth Rollins. You cannot go wrong with the WWE champion. Who do I think will be on the cover? I am going to go out on a limb and say Roman Reigns will have the cover for this year's game. In second place, I think Seth Rollins will come in second, possibly to get the cover, and Brock Lesnar being third place out of all those three guys that I mentioned. It will not be Daniel Bryan. It will not be John Cena. It will not be anybody else on the roster. Those are the big guys right now. So expect one of those three guys to be on the cover on Monday Night Raw when that is unveiled. The game also said to have twice as many superstars as WWE 2K15, which is great for us content creators. I can't wait to give you guys great content with WWE 2K16, and hopefully that does not include all the DLC they're talking about, man. I want all these superstars to be available day one with the game, and then you can do whatever else you want with the DLC, man. They got to make up for a very, very lackluster game with 2K15, so hopefully this game will be the wrestling game that we all have been wanting. And I know WWE and 2K have been putting a lot of work and effort into this. Finn Balor is going to be in the game. A lot of NXT guys are going to be in the game. Hopefully, it gives us content creators a lot more to work with WWE 2K16. My career mode needs a massive overhaul. Too many Vicky Guerrero interruptions saying that I don't have anything lined up for you. You know, they give you dark matches or TV matches on either Superstars or NXT or SmackDown, Monday Night Raw. You got to have some type of career mode that is engaging to the player, man, that wants, you know, you to continue playing it, to strive for something. You know, I love doing it for you guys, but I got very bored with it. And the only reason why I continued playing is because, you know, I enjoyed doing it, but I did it more so for you guys. So they really need to step up their game with 2K16. I think it's going to deliver, and I will definitely be featuring all 2K16 and Mr. 9 to 5 and my universe mode, as always, right here on my channel. So if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe to my Twitch and keep it right here on my YouTube channel for WWE 2K16, all right? Moving on with the other big story that I have this week. Last November, CM Punk set the world of professional wrestling and mixed martial arts on fire when he announced his intentions to sign with UFC and take up a career in MMA. Punk, who had been long known as an advocate for MMA, decided it was now or never and opted to begin training and pursuing that career path. This came around the same time he gave context to his departure from WWE in an interview with Colt Cabana, where he explained he was injured and needed to get away, but was fired from the company on his wedding day to AJ Lee. Punk has spoken out about his pursuit of a career in MMA despite what his critics think, and he has been hard at work training. He has had a couple of scrimmages as well in that time training. Recently, TMZ Sports caught up with UFC head honcho Dana White, where White discussed Punk's training for his promotion. And this is what Dana White had to say, and I quote, "The respect that this guy has earned from his team, his coaches, he's a dog," Dana White said. He's actually just moved to Milwaukee from Chicago so he can be closer to training, and he's committed to his thing. This guy is an absolute stud and a joy to work with. He is looking phenomenal. In the interview, White also noted Punk is expected to have his first fight in the first quarter of 2016. He also said he can call me, and when he's ready to fight, he calls me, and it's on, man. I'm thinking early next year. It's unknown at this time what weight class Punk will fight in, or even if, you know, who his opponent is going to be. But regardless of such, it is likely he will receive major billing on that respective card. Money. It's going to be a worldwide spectacle. You, me, and everyone else is going to be fucking talking about it, reviewing it, watching it. Punk in UFC, no matter how long he is there, is going to be massive business for Dana White and the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And I can't wait to see Punk in the ring, and I wish him all the fucking success in the world. He's not only an inspiration to me, but he is also an inspiration to many, man, for doing what he did with his departure from WWE, and I wish him all the best in UFC, and I think he's going to be very, very successful, all right? I got other small pieces of information, guys, before I wrap up this weekend's WWE Off The Script. I got news on Cesaro coming from this week's Monday Night Raw. Cesaro being protected in his stellar match with John Cena was heavily discussed this week coming out of Monday Night Raw. Remember back in May that Triple H wanted to push Cesaro and Tyson Kidd in singles by the end of the summer. At that time, Vince McMahon wanted to ride Cesaro and Kidd longer, but now with Kidd out, it looks like Hunter could be getting his way. Speaking of Cesaro versus John Cena, John has been much more vocal lately in regards to giving guys a shot. Cena has always been a fan of Cesaro, and the match on Raw was the pinnacle of trust John Cena has in Cesaro, man. Fabulous fucking match. You gotta give respect to John Cena. No matter how much you hate him, he is doing very, very well, and very, very, very well for the United States Championship. Dysfunction is really the only word I know to use when describing the top of the card in WWE. I am being told by producers, or producers don't know on a show-by-show basis who is getting a push week in and week out. Dean Ambrose was used as an example, with him being compared to the next Stone Cold Steve Austin, then jobbing to Kane the next week, then taking one pedigree and disappearing. One observer described it as WWE's infamous booking on the fly and Brock Lesnar's infrequent appearances not helping avoid filler content as well. All right, obviously you guys know Finn Balor won the NXT Championship from Kevin Owens at the Tokyo live event on the WWE Network. I have not yet to watch it yet. I will be watching it sometime this weekend. The early word on Tyson Kidd is that there were no surprises with his fusion surgery, and everything went very well with no complications. And finally, guys, WWE currently has no interest in any of the recently departed names from TNA Wrestling as on-air talent. Some believe WWE would be interested in bringing in Low-Key back as a trainer, but people close to him don't believe he's ready to call it a career at the age of 35. That is all I got for WWE Off The Script, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. By the time you see me next week, man, it may not happen on that Saturday, but my channel will be back in excellent standing. No more 15-minute time limit for Off The Script. You guys are going to get me and saying whatever the fuck I want, man. There's no time limit. There's no restrictions anymore. After this week, JD is back, man. Thank you so much for joining me on Off The Script. If you did enjoy, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think down below of all this week's top stories. If you missed this week's Off The Script, everything's linked down below in the description. WrestleCrate, June 2015 unboxing, link down below. And as always, the most important, if you guys are not repping an Off The Script t-shirt, man, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Go get yours today. www.prowrestlingtees.com/WWE Off The Script. I will be back next week with episode number 73. This is JD for the #1 fucking source right here on YouTube.com for all WWE, man. I will see you guys next week. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon.